Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy New Year. Yeah, I've been away for a little bit. I didn't do any videos. However, I'm back. So in this video, I just want to touch on ETFs in this video. And the fact that everyone thinks that ETFs are like the greatest thing for crypto. When it comes to ETFs, if you don't know what ETFs are, you should do research to find out what ETFs are. Because in my opinion, the ETFs are good, but it's also bad. So why I think is good? Well, it's good because it gives people an opportunity to invest in these digital assets and have an opportunity to have their money sitting in assets that's going to hold value, just like you would invest in like gold and silver, right? And this is all my personal thought on it. But if you understand what an ETF is and what it does, you would realize that who is it really benefiting? See, the ETFs are brought about so that people do not concern themselves with actually investing in the actual asset itself, right? Because if you don't own the actual asset, then you're really not doing anything or saying anything. You're just another investor that the banks could control your money, right? The banks can control your money at that point with holding your money in an ETF. But if you hold the asset itself, now you're in a position where the banks cannot control you. You can actually control your own life and control your own destiny. You could control your own money. That's what you can do when you own the actual asset. So the ETFs to me are just like another way of them being able to control your money. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. Instead, they look at it as being this great thing. Great for who though, right? I have family members that are not invested in cryptocurrency. And investing in an ETF for them will probably be great because they don't understand crypto. They are not invested in crypto. So putting their money into crypto through an ETF will be great for them because they would have an investment in an asset that is going to hold value. But if you're someone like me, free thinking, free spirited, and want to control his own way of life, an ETF is not good for me because I'm still dependent on some institution to hold my money. I want to be able to have an option to do both. I don't want to have only one option. I want to have all options available to me. So holding the actual asset is more of an advantage to me than investing in an ETF, right? So the only people that are hype about ETFs are people that think that the crypto market is like the legacy investment market. They don't really understand what the crypto market really is. They look at these things as investments to flip and make money. They don't truly understand that they're actually holding onto technology, which is why they keep calling it the fourth industrial revolution, because you're holding onto an asset that is actually going to take the world forward in a different way. So in my eyes, in my opinion, only idiots believe that the ETFs are so great and that we need the ETFs. We don't need the ETFs. We don't need them. We really don't. Because if they would just allow people to buy into the assets, then what do we need an ETF for? An ETF is just designed and brought to the people because they don't want you buying into the actual asset itself. And the minute you understand that is the minute you will start to realize, I don't want to invest in no damn ETF. Why am I going to invest in that for when I can own the actual asset? This is where people get it mixed up. They're still trying to have an opportunity to be able to control you in a particular way. Yes, you would have some type of freedom. But as we say in crypto, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Well, guess what? An ETF is not your keys. So it's not your crypto. All you have is an investment. That's all you have. When you own the actual asset, you're on the same level with them, believe it or not. You truly are making your own decisions as to what you're going to do. You owning XRP, XLM, XDC, banks are going to be your best friend. They're going to be calling for you to come in and invest with them because they understand that you're a very, very important person in this world. You own an asset that banks need and use on a daily basis. You are like your own bank. So me personally, I don't really care about the ETF thing. I really don't. It's an electronic trading fund. I don't need that. I want to own a digital asset that I could then take and convert into money when I need to. I don't need BlackRock, Blackstone, or whoever it is to invest my money for me and then pay me a percentage on my money. Pay me a percentage that they think I should be getting on my money. No. I want to be able to take my digital assets and put it into an account where I can make the money that I want to make on it. Because why? I'm going to put how much I want, and I also have the opportunity to still own my crypto. Because for me, it's about ownership. Because when you own it, they can't do nothing to you. They can't tell you nothing. And this is what they're trying to do with the ETFs, is take away ownership. So all of you guys that, you're so hype about ETFs, go ahead and invest. I want to see you do it because all you are after is a name, right? You want to be able to walk around and say that you have investments with BlackRock or Blackstone because you're too caught up in wanting to walk around for people to look at you and you want to feel important. That's why you want to go and invest in an ETF. That's why you're so hype about it. I don't care nothing about that. You want an exciting talking point when you're out with your friends. Yeah, I have my money in ETFs. I have my money in BlackRock because you never was able to say that. So you want to be able to walk around and say that you have your money in BlackRock because you're going to look important when you stand in the room. I don't care about that because there ain't nothing going to be more crushing to someone when you're talking to them and you're telling them you're spending my money. The money you move every day is moving on the technology that I own. That simple as that. That's what I'm on. I don't care about, I have money with BlackRock or Blackstone or Morgan Stanley. I don't care nothing about those companies. And Brad Garlinghouse, he doesn't care nothing about those companies either. Because why? He's going to be bigger than those companies. Ripple is going to be way bigger than those companies. And those same companies are going to be using the technology to move their money. So why would I want to invest in an ETF that a company is going to be holding the technology for that I had the opportunity to own? Nah, I want to own the technology. Ever since I thought about getting into investing, I always said to myself, I don't want to own Apple stock. I don't want to own Google stock. I don't want to own Nike stock. I want to own the stock for the companies that those companies need to continue to build their companies out. That's what I want to own. I was always thinking much bigger. So Nike they need cotton for their lacings. They need rubber for their soles of their sneakers. I want to invest in those companies. Where are those companies for me to invest in? Tesla, they need certain electronic components to build their cars. I want to invest in those companies that have those components that they need. You know why? Because those companies don't never go anywhere. But a Tesla could go down the drain. But companies that provide the tools and the equipment and the technology that companies need to run their companies, those companies never go anywhere because there's always a company building and coming about that needs that technology or those tools or those products. So why would I invest in an ETF? I'm not doing that because I'm putting my money in a company that's going to be using the technology to move the money anyway. What? Nah, I'd rather own the technology. Give me that. So again, from my point of view, ETFs, a waste of time. ETFs, they're a distraction to get you to invest in something that you think is the best thing and you think that the industry needs. The industry don't need it. Look how long Bitcoin been around before they created the ETF. And then everybody thinks that the reason why Bitcoin went up so high in price is because of the ETF. No, it didn't. That's not why the price of Bitcoin went up. That is not why the price of Bitcoin went up. The price of Bitcoin went up because all of these elites started pouring their money in because they were watching what MicroStrategies did. Michael Saylor, how much money he was making. The fact that they could take $1 million and turn it into $20 million in a week. You wouldn't want to do the same thing? Of course. So being that they're seeing this and understanding this, they're gonna put their money in. But then in the news, they're gonna say that the ETFs is the thing that made the Bitcoin go up. No, it's not. Because in the ETFs, they only are allotted a certain amount of Bitcoin. And in the ETF, they could control the price of it going up and down. That's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. The ETF is gonna be designed in a way where they can move the price up and down on you. So you know what's gonna happen? The price that you're gonna see XRP at in the ETF is gonna be the price you're gonna see it probably on Robinhood and all of that, but that's not even gonna be the real price that you're gonna be seeing. You're probably gonna be seeing a price that is gonna be way different than what the actual price is, just like what we see now. Because believe it or not, the price of XRP is sitting somewhere around $370,000 a coin. It is not $2 and change on the private ledger. I don't care what David Schwartz has said, because David Schwartz, he does a lot of double talk, because he puts out an article saying that in order for XRP to move $1 billion, if the coin is $1 billion, they would have to use, if the coin is $1, they would have to use 1 billion coins in order to move $1 billion, right? And then he says if the coin is $10,000, if the coin is $10,000, they would only need to use 100,000 coins to move $1 billion. But yet and still, he's telling us that there's not a different price on the private ledger when XRP already settled $36 billion in transactions last year on the private ledger. But none of the coins burned out. The supply of the coins didn't go down. At the prices that the coin was, you would have seen a large amount of coins come out of the market from them using the coins. And that never happened to move $36 billion. And these are the things that I point to try to get people to understand they're lying. The coin is a totally different price on the private ledger than it is on the public ledger. It's a totally different price. All because they moved $36 billion last year in transactions. So if you listen to what he said, if they have to move $1 billion and the coin is $1, they will need to use 1 billion coins. Well, guess what? When they moved that $36 billion, the coin was only sitting somewhere around like 40 cents, 50 cents. So how much coins would they have needed to use to move $36 billion? It's just simple math, right? If you need 1 billion coins to move $1 billion and the coin is $1, then to move $36 billion and the coin is 50 cents, let's say, you're gonna need 36 times 2, which is 72. So they would have needed to use 72 billion coins to move $36 billion. Did you see 36 billion XRP come out of the market? Because I didn't. You guys have to start to pay attention, and you guys have to start to pick apart the things that people are saying. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm here to give you the real, and I'm here to tell you the truth. I want you to see the truth. I want you to see through the lies. I want you to understand that the people that you're listening to, they're lying to you because they don't even know what they're talking about, because they're not listening to what these people are saying and picking it apart. because they're not using simple common sense. I have nothing more to say. Again, Happy New Year. I'm out.